A homemade helium mylar balloon believed to be carrying a 6-year-old boy.
Yes, my mother twitted my temples!
These people saw a natural event so fascinating and expensive firsthand. They recorded it for proof and analyzed it, and still have the balls to say the Earth is flat. How do you explain that kind of denial? Flat Earth isn't just a weird belief people have, it's a movement. A stubborn, meme-fueled, anti-science movement that refuses to die, no matter how many times reality and science step on it. And today, we are digging deep into why. Where it came from, who started this, why did it blow up again in the 21st century, and why, even after the Midnight Sun experiment, real-time proof the Earth is round, flat earthers are doubling down. If you have ever wondered why people ignore hard evidence, keep watching. Let's go way back to ancient civilizations. For most of human history, yes, people did think the Earth was flat. But only because if you look around, it looks pretty flat to me. No one had a reason to think otherwise until science started getting in there. Ancient Greeks like Pythagoras and Aristotle noticed things. Ships disappearing bottom first over the horizon, curved shadows during lunar eclipse, stuff that only makes sense on a round Earth. And by the time we got to the Middle Ages, most educated people knew the Earth was round. That whole everyone thought Columbus will fall off the edge story was a total myth, literally made up later to make people back then sound dumb. Now fast forward to the 1800s. This is where the modern flat Earth mess begins. A guy named Samuel Robotham kicks things off. He wasn't a scientist, he was a preacher with a talent for bending words. In 1849, he published Synthetic Astronomy, claiming the Earth is flat, a disk actually, and that the sun and moon are just little spotlights circling above us like ceiling lamps in a warehouse. Sounds ridiculous now, but back then, science wasn't super accessible. Most people didn't have telescopes, satellites, or even basic education, so when Robotham did experiments like observing a ship across a flat lake and said, "See? No curve," people believed it. He even started a group called the Synthetic Society, and surprise, surprise, they were mostly religious folks who took the Bible literally. But Robotham dies, and the movement fizzled out for a while. Until the 1950s. This is where Samuel Shenton comes in, the ultimate conspiracy fanboy. He revives Robotham's ideas and launches the International Flat Earth Research Society. There's a problem.
Satellite in my eyes.
The first one, Sputnik, was launched in 1957. The entire world starts seeing Earth from space. You will think the flat Earth stuff will disappear for good, right?
No.
Shenton's famous response to satellite photos was, "It's easy to see how photographs like that could fool the untrained eye."
Damn.
That, right there, that's the moment conspiracy culture as we know it was born. In the 1970s, a guy named Charles K. Johnson took the reins. He's like the Alex Jones of his time, minus the yelling, but just as much paranoia. He believed the moon landing was fake, NASA was lying, and every scientist was in on it. But by the time the internet came around in the 90s, Flat Earth was basically a joke, something you will see in a cartoon or in a skit in a TV show. Then, 2015 happened. Flat Earth had its resurrection, not by science, not by evidence, but by YouTube. Suddenly, algorithms started pushing conspiracy content, and guess what gets the clicks? NASA is lying to you. Earth is flat. Proof they don't want you to see. It wasn't just one guy anymore. There were entire channels, forums, Facebook groups, and even Flat Earth conventions. It exploded. Flat Earth became cool. Or at least ironically cool. There's this famous Flat Earth Convention documentary where a guy was selling some things and his name sent me into a frenzy. Chris Pontius. Wait a minute. Party boy?
I'm in India, and I feel like partying right now.
If somebody would have said to me 3 years ago that I'd be known as the first person in the world to make these flat earth models, I would have laughed and said, you're completely insane.
No. Wait.
People were joining the movement because, let's be real, it wasn't just about believing the earth is flat, it was about feeling smarter than everyone else. Like they were part of some secret club that had seen the truth and everyone else was a bunch of sheeps. But now comes the fun part, the experiment that will explain everything once and for all. The midnight sun. This is something that happens every single year in the Arctic Circle. In places like northern Norway, Alaska, Iceland, the sun doesn't set for days or even weeks at a time, and that is because of the Earth's tilt. When it's summer up north, the top of the Earth leans towards the sun, letting sunlight hit 24/7. It's beautiful. It's science, and it is completely impossible to explain on a flat Earth. You cannot get a 24-hour sun loop with a flat disk and a little sun hovering above like a flashlight. It just doesn't work. So when flat earthers were invited to witness the midnight sun, to see with their own eyes, you will think, okay, maybe this will be the wake-up call they needed.
Oh no!
Did you see the thing where Duffy's drone?
Yeah,
it went
when he
past
went in his
McToon.
hand. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it went back, right? Why don't you
Yeah.
drive it forward and show us on the camera from the drone what's forward of you? But nevertheless, he drove it backward to say, see, you can't do that with a green screen. Well, you can in one of them studios, one of them volume studios that we've been talking about, right?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
To be fair, there were a few flat earthers who converted to normals because first they accepted the request. Okay. Let me go back. The final experiment was a trip to Antarctica organized by Pastor William Duffy, and he invited 48 content creators to prove once and for all who is right. Fun fact about the pastor. He's not a flat earther, but allegedly when he found out one of his childhood friends was, he was intrigued by why he believed that. So instead of trying to convince him with his words, the pastor came up with the final experiment. If flat earthers are going to believe in something, it has to be factual and irrefutable evidence that is going to be seen with their own eyes. The main grifters abstained, probably because they already knew the results, but there were flat earthers who were happy to prove scientists wrong. Well, after the experiment and the 24-hour proof, Duffy proved his point beautifully.
I was told that the trip would be canceled, and it was not canceled. I was told that we would only be able to go to the coast of Antarctica. We wouldn't be able to go to the interior. We wouldn't be able to go to right at 80 degrees south, which is where we were planning on going. And here we are in the interior. Hopefully you see the GPS tracking units on our website showing where we're at. I was told that we could only take a boat to Antarctica, not a plane. And we flew on a 757 today to get here. I was told that if we did make it this far, that we wouldn't be able to have any internet. And here we are, utilizing Starlink satellite internet to live stream. I was told that no flat earthers would go. And we got two of the biggest flat earthers, Jaron and Austin, to join us. Once they agreed to go, I was told that anybody who's a big name in flat earth is just a shill. And they're not real, and you'd have to get somebody that nobody knows is a flat earther if you really want this to be the real deal. And then we got Lisbeth to join us, and not a lot of people knew about her. She didn't have a big presence like some of the other people do. So anyway, it's just been a year of just being told you can't and you won't. And we're just, coming through and making this happen. I was also told that if we somehow did make it here, that NASA would make fake clouds to cover the sky so that we couldn't see the sun. And as you can see, blue skies, almost not a cloud in the sky. So obviously you all know Jaron Campanella of Jaronism, one of the most popular Flat Earth YouTube channels.
Not for long. All right, guys. Sometimes you are wrong in life. And I thought that there was no 24-hour sun. In fact, I was pretty sure of it. But I respect Will Duffy for being a stand-up guy, at least in the way that he kept saying it was true. I kept saying it wasn't. He said, "You want to go? I'll take you," and brought me here. And it's a fact. The sun does circle you in the south.
But the rest, they transformed the pastor into an enemy.
A bunch of Freemasons traveled to an area which was supposedly Antarctica and somehow filmed a 24-hour sun, which is pretty much impossible on both models, the heliocentric and the geocentric. 164,000 subscribers. Notice how many videos he has posted. 665 videos. That's just one away from 666. And even in this footage, I can see that the sky is not real. The floor is real, but their whole surrounding is LED screens.
They're on a sound studio somewhere, a stage, and those lights came from cameras or lights, or it was the reflection off the firmament, which the Bible tells us is like molten looking glass. If it's reflecting off the firmament, there could be many shadows going different directions. Either they're on a sound studio, a stage studio with different lights, or it's the reflection off of the firmament. Whatever caused those inconsistencies and those divergent shadows on the ground, that light source was very close.
It doesn't prove anything. This experiment, the final experiment, does not prove or disprove the globe or flat Earth in any way, shape, or form. The only three things that could prove that we live on a spinning ball inside of a vacuum going over 1,000,000 miles per hour in 4 different directions would be spherical nature, right, or curvature, motion, and or gravity being isolated and proven. Those are the only three things that can prove that you're on a ball or the globe model is accurate. What's going on, right? Just calm down and keep doing actual science, and these little shenanigan experiments won't mean anything.
Now Duffy was the one working with the scientists. Now he was the one faking the footage to lie and manipulate evidence. They had the evidence right in front of them. We can see the pastor setting up the equipment and recording everything. So what's the problem here? Why doesn't proof work anymore? Well, because we're not dealing with a belief. We are dealing with an identity crisis. Flat Earth isn't just an idea people hold. It's a community. It's a lifestyle. It's made up of people who feel ignored and left out. They don't trust NASA, science, the government, or anything mainstream. So when you show them a scientific explanation, you're not just giving them information, you are attacking who they are. Psychologists call it cognitive dissonance. When someone's beliefs clash with reality, their brain doesn't go, "Oh, that is cool, I learned something new." It goes, "I must protect my beliefs or I will feel stupid." So they twist logic, deny facts, and invent crazy stuff to avoid admitting they were wrong. That is why after the midnight sun, many flat earthers didn't leave. They double down, because the more pressure they feel from the outside world, the tighter they cling to their version of reality. Whatever it may be, Flat Earth isn't going anywhere. Not because it's smart, not because it has tons of evidence, but because it gives people something. It gives them a community, an identity, a purpose, a conspiracy to yell. All the things that science can sometimes forget to offer. But here are the good news. Most people aren't hardcore flat earthers. They're just curious, confused. Some are homeschooled by religious households, but want to know what all the fuss is all about. And those are the people who can change their minds, but only if we stop yelling at them and start talking with them. Because the earth isn't flat, but understanding people, that's a little more complicated. Listen, I'm just happy we still have Party Boy. What do you think? Leave me your thoughts in the comments. If you like the video, give it a like or a dislike, it's fine. And subscribe, it's completely free. I hope you had a wonderful day, and I will see you the next one. Stay safe.
Nathan, you're a proven liar. I'm standing in Antarctica right now, watching the sun. It did not set for 24 hours. You lied.
I lied about the sun.
You certainly did. You absolutely 100% lied about the Earth. Turn off your mute button there, Nathan. Unselect that little auto mute that you got that you're married to, your life partner, the mute button. Turn it off so that I can talk and you don't get to overtalk me. Nathan, you are changing the topic, Nathan. I am walking around outside in Antarctica right now. I've got 10 people here with me. I'm looking at the mountains. I'm looking at Mount Rothman right now. You said that if people tried to go to Antarctica, they would get turned away at gunpoint. I proved that you lied, Nathan. All of your gullible idiot followers should be realizing right now that you are an idiot or you are a liar. Where's the guns, Nathan? Where's the guns?
Damn.